Welcome to a special holiday Sol Invictus, aka XMAS, vice versa, aka Sol Invictus, with yours truly, Rainbow Dragon 24/7 rock and roll geopolitics and sports and fitness. Just finished a 93 minutes march, and checking out around the neighborhood, Montreal, Hawk Island Delights. And this is Quebec, Eggnog from Quebec, Montreal, La Belle Province, Canada. And it is Dairy Farmers of Canada, Dairy Farmers of Canada, Dairy Farmers of Canada. That's what it says right here. And you know, this Quebec Canadian going to play Team Canada #1. Go Canada, go. And I can extend the North Americans go because I was born in the United States 3 times, once as a woman, twice as a man. Just read George Patton's poem. Gray glass, darkly served twice in the United States Army, in the same U.S. Army, post 7076, 156 years apart, different wars, same army. Yours truly, North Americans unite in the public-private partnership, support the dream, the North American collective, the civilizational complex of North America. To my Quebecer, Canadians, North Americans, and for world peace beyond. Yours truly, LOV, on this special 25th of December, 25th of December, special eggnog production, cooperative co-op produced in Quebec, Canada, Montreal, close to Montreal Island. Special Liverpool, aka egg. Nog, this is what I love to drink, and I got it already filled right here. The cup of the eggnog, gonna rock and roll overtime every time for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, grocery store cooks, and I'm gonna show off a bit because I got some great gifts, actually very practical, very needed gifts, which I'm gonna LOV. You know, it's still Dragon versus Trump, Dragon versus Trump, Dragon versus Trump. I'm still challenging Donald Trump to a boxing match on the Canadian-West borders. I've been challenging since 2018 when the Trump administration decided to impose tariffs on Canadian aluminum and steel. And today, right now, December 25th, 7:44 p.m. EST, 7:44 p.m. EST, 7:44 p.m. EST. Hopefully somebody hugging with consent, hygiene. Hug like you never hugged before with consent and hygiene. Hug like you never hugged before. Auctioning this special red and white blanket, which I got a gift about 5 years ago, 4 years ago, or during COVID by my anonymous friend. And whom, if I make a million, gonna give half 50%. And yours truly, independent philosopher, artist, athlete, geopolitical, theoretical, analyst, and theorist, and mystic, who is auctioning everything 93%, everything gotta go, commencing tonight at midnight, or not tonight, now as I'm speaking, a new 40-day ride, 40-day ride until about February 3rd or 4th or 5th, something like that. My calculations, a new 40-day ride from today, December 25th, XMAS, aka Sol Invictus. Let's get that 93 for the butchers, the bakers, the nurses. Gotta salute those firefighters, public security workers. Although nobody's perfect, gotta sing some rock and roll for the firefighters, LOV for the truckers, for the bakers, for the butchers, for the nurses, for the doctors, for those, of course, in the daycares. We're gonna change some diapers this year, ending year 2024, going on the 2025th. And I also cooked some of those cookies. I'm gonna start having my first eggnog. Big cup, big cup. Got a gift. I got this cup as a gift, and you know the eggnog, gotta get it inside. You see the eggnog, so I'm gonna get a little bit of that eggnog. Let's get it. Say a little bit of blessing. Thank you to my anonymous friend for the eggnog. Smells so good. I just LOV the eggnog. Thank you to those who produced it, and of course the milk from the cows. Gotta give a little bit of LOV to the cows as well. You know, we gotta get that XYZ and try to better our practices, veal practices, and of course agricultural practices, and to respect, of course, all the poultry that give us the nutritions and the nourishments and the eggs and the milk with it. You know, we gotta get that 50-50. Maybe we're all beasts as well, although a little bit of that civilized beast, but we gotta get that. Civilization is a privilege. You know, Hydro-Quebec, or LOV to the Hydro-Quebec workers of the past. Thanks to how I have this electricity, and those who build the dams, hydroelectric dams here in Quebec, La Belle Province, Montreal. That's why I got the electricity above my head, and do this video with clean, zero pollution, zero emergent, zero polluting, zero emission energy, zero CO2 emit. It does not emit CO2, so it's zero pollution. So it's something which we got to be mindful and meditate here in Quebec, as Montreal, North America, that we need to build more dams, and we need to get that North Americans united. Forget about the tariffs. Let's get that universal exchange unit, the U dot universal, E dot exchange, U dot unit, the universal exchange unit, and the DRT, that fusion tree, for the transposition of the North American collective and the formation of the Dancing Goddess Army, the DGA, aka the North American Integrated Dance League, part of my dream with the Dragon Army, part of my dream, of course, the North American Security Service and Defense Force for citizen integration, only on the appellation, of course, of my implementation of my Northern Scorpio Operation Northern Scorpio for the North American Union and security and defense thereof for the 21st century in a centrist private PPP-based public-private partnership base, because my dream is fundamentally a call for a public-private partnership across the North American collective, and gotta get some LOV to my Justin Trudeau cousin. Sometimes I see eye to eye, sometimes it's 50-50, 80-20, 10, and of course 10-90, depending on case by case. I'm a pro-labor and love revolutionary centrist, and my dream, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, is fundamentally tied in with my trinity of theories: the CIT citizen integration theory, the DRT debt fusion theory, and the democratic fusion theory. And I know somebody making some of that LOV now across the North American collective. And of course, sometimes we just gotta get that double trouble and salute the farmers, food producers, the bakers, the nurses, the electricians, the plumbers, the IT workers, and of course the railway conductors, the public transportation. Of course, as we end this 2023, I'm going to begin with great gratitude. Although financially stressed, I'm financially stressed, but grateful, thankful. My rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, and I got me some good gifts. Thank you to my anonymous friend, whom if I make $1 million, $1 trillion, $1 billion, I'm going to give half, 50%. And my will to build on the Canadian-US border, the North American People's Imperial Coliseum, the North American People's Imperial Coliseum, the North American People's Imperial Coliseum, face to face and coast to coast, the forgotten goddess, GODDSS temple, the goddess. I say God and goddess. There's, the mystic mysteries of the Bible, of which I'm a mystic as well. There's that GODDSS. I gotta say it every day. I gotta balance those scales equation, and I'm not perfect, far from it. Androgynous, pansexual, with a philosopher, a geopolitical theoretical analyst, and theorist who's not perfect, who just been on a 93-minute march and came back and admired, of course, outside a little bit of stretching on the 25th. And I'm grateful that I got some great gifts, which are practical, which are much needed. And although financially struggling, I'm open for business, and I got this eggnog, which I'm gonna taste and do an assessment. But eggnog smells some good. Gotta smell some eggnog, gotta drink some of that eggnog. That is made from the poultry. Gotta bake it, gotta shake it for those firefighters. Hey, LOV, because it's not all about that Wall Street, and it certainly ain't all about that money. Gotta give that 50-50 for the God and Goddess bless her. When you gotta bless her. I say Goddess kisses with those blessings, with the rock and roll with it. I just sing it with a whip it, I just sing it with a be it. B for the rainbow dragon, that we gotta flavor it. For the flavor for the C, for the flavor for the B, for the flavor for the rock and roll, me and you and us. Pledge your allegiance, legions, that's the melody. Pledge your allegiance, legions, that's the melody. Pledge your allegiance, legions. That's my melody. Ain't nobody born a dragon. You gotta go to blood, sweat, and tears. Give me some push-ups, marching steel toes in the winter. Gotta get it to the mountain as I go up on Mount Royal from Montreal. You see, North Americans coast to coast. We're gonna play that defense like the hardball ball, that blackout ball. We're gonna sing it on the roll. We're gonna sing it on the go. Let me give me some of those. Rock and roll up hits the roads. Truckers in the highways gotta see it. From the plain Atlantic to the west and to the east coast. Ain't nobody be it to believe it. Gotta get construction workers on steel toes. Cranes up, switching lanes. Another layer on the flame. Dragon played rainbow, black and white and rainbow, but I still that dragon spitting fire. Still the dragon spitting fire, although got a little bit of rainbow with the black and white as you know. Gotta swinging as I go, swinging as I do. Hey, I gotta get it for the North Americans. We rode a roller coaster. Gotta give me another shaking for the left, for the right. I'm in the center. Got a general rainbow dragon. Yep. I gotta be a little sweet, a little soft, a little hard. Hey, no, thinking all the melody gonna hit those notes. Those notes are gonna go for the flakes, for the leg and for the bakers. Gotta give me some lanes. Switching on the frame. And they gotta ain't all about the fame. Eggnog. Oh, that's some good. That's some good eggnog. Mm. Mm. Ah. Ah. That's some good eggnog. Very good eggnog. That's incredibly good, actually. Well, I'm gonna put a cup away and I'm gonna sing some more rock and roll, special rock and roll edition Call my allies and armies, pledge your legions with friends with benefits only. This independent Asp, got that Asperger's HFA, so I'm a bit on the weird side. In certain things I'm less able, communication and the social interactions, and I know my geopolitics and defensive theories for the geopolitical seasons which we are now. I predicted what's happening now, 5 years, marking 5 years since I predicted an international conflagration back in 2019, and of course I have proof of work of my prediction back in 2019 when of course I predicted an international conflagration based on several levels and layers of analysis, mainly to say that I concluded that back in 2019 due to the fact that there were many unresolved conflicts from the 20th century and there's going to be a spillover and a continuation in the 21st century. So happy holidays on this to my fellow Canadians, coast to coast, LOV. I always got to remember 7 years ago, when in September, cross Canada, coast to coast, and that made me establish a strong esprit de corps with my fellow Canadians, and consider y'all Quebecers, Canadians, family, North Americans. I got to extend my arms south to my fellow brothers in the United States and come for world peace roundabout. And 7 years ago, before that date, I was depressed and suicidal, like cross Canada, coast to coast, and that event really made me realize how many things we have here in Quebec, Canada. And so I expanded my horizons. I had a revelation, and I got out of being depressed and suicidal. I created a workout training program system back in 2019. Simple, effective workout training program system, which requires no equipment. I always got to push it, and I performed more than 372 of those same workout training program systems back then, more than 372. So I got more than 372 of those workout training programs, which I created paradoxically hand in hand to go with a World War III scenario back in 2019. I created a World War III scenario, and of course I had concluded that humanity is set again towards an international conflagration, and so created and produced that workout training program system to go hand in hand with such a scenario back in 2019. And I always sing rock and roll since then, and I'm gonna be marking 5 years soon in February, March after this new 40-day ride journey, which begins today. And of course, I'm still gonna ask for marriage proposal to somebody. It's gonna be probably the only person I'm only gonna propose for an open special marriage, because if I get married, I am pansexual, androgynous pansexual. Adrian Hunt, dragon, get that rainbow dragon. For Lost Ferraris is that priestess of the goddess. I goddess it every day, get that 50-50. I am androgynous, and that's it. That's all rock and roll with that. But I'm gonna probably get the deadline to propose in this next 40 days beginning for today, and probably prefer by New Year's again and again, if not before the Trump, or just before Trump gets sworn in on the 20th, and challenging Donald Trump. I have commenced to challenge Donald Trump to a boxing match on the Canadian-US border back, of course, in 2018, at the beginning of 2018, when the Trump administration imposed tariffs, 10% tariffs on Canadian aluminum and steel. And it's tough times, and myself, having survived COVID in February 2020, it was like death, pestilence, and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. I know it sounds like a hardcore death metal song, death metal, like death trash metal, like nuclear warheads, nuclear weaponry, nuclear weapons, that explosion, bioweapon, death, pestilence, and disease, death, pestilence, and disease. I gotta eat me some booty before I go, please. That's the holiday, the squeeze, rainbow dragon on the freeze. Hey, ain't known all about the force of fighting strength. You gotta give me some softer. Marry me a whore galore. I said, marry me a whore galore. Marry me a whore galore. You know that I sing it for the farmers and the truckers and the butchers and the bakers, the firefighters on the steel toes, construction workers, those picking up the garbage. For the garbage collectors and the public workers, they be athletes. It ain't all about Wall Street. Gotta meet some lies. It ain't all about Wall Street. Gotta get some farming lice. Hey, I don't throw no dice, I don't gamble. I got lust and I don't hide it. You don't need to spy on me. That spy wears. Anyways, I gotta get on the rock and roll. It's as an Asperger's people, HFA, we have obsessive interest. So our obsessive interest, mine, of course, is the Holy Trinity. Geopolitics 24/7, the study, the analysis. Even this morning, it was the 25th of December. I couldn't help myself but engage in the analysis and revision of geopolitics on XMAS, Christmas. And, I holiday it as a Thelemite with my own mystic interpretations of Jesus and Mary Magdalene and Moses and Miriam. I have a mystic interpretation of spirituality, and I'm a biblical scholar. I'm a biblical scholar in many ways. I'm a biblical scholar. and a mystic, but I do bring on the table of spirituality. I do put the goddess, and my will is to build the forgotten goddess, GODDSS, GODDSS, the forgotten goddess temple, right here in North America, in the New World, in the North American Collective, and parallel to it for fitness and sports, in the North American People's Imperial Coliseum. Construction workers, I credit something on the table, trillions of kisses. Kisses I got by the trillions of kisses I got. The most, I'm a kiss trillionaire, the first world's only kiss trillionaire. Kisses I got by the trillions. So I got some massages, feet washing, whatever services need be with consent and hygiene, blah blah blah. That's all that's required. Pledge your allegiance, allegiance to our family. Pledge your allegiance, allegiance to our family. And get dirty but get back clean. Soap. And speaking of soap, I'm gonna show off. Oh yeah, I got this great gift. Goat's milk body wash for Xmas. One of the best presents I could have, and I like that goat. The goat looks like it's smiling me, knowing my secrets, that I got tiny little scar, and sometimes goes rocket thanks to the goddess magic. Sometimes goes rocket thanks to the goddess magic. Sometimes goes rocket thanks to the goddess magic. But either ways, I got a little tiny androgynous, little tiny. Big rock and roll though. You work with what you're given, sometimes more than other times, but I guess hands, feet, mouth, and some of that brains and some humor, So I learned to laugh at myself, and in the past 45 months since I've accepted, because for years and years and years I've been diagnosed by several people. I said, you have Asperger's, Adrian, you have Asperger's, you have HFA, high functioning autism, and for many years I denied it, and I didn't want to wear that kind of disability. But it's not a disability, and it's not a mental illness. It's not a mental illness, neither is a disability. But yes, in certain things I am less able. I am less able, as many people with Asperger's. We're less able, and we're often misunderstood. We can be, in certain circumstances, rude and direct. It's just that we operate on a different neurological mental capacity and facilities. But of course we can be very great in certain things, of which are known as our special interests, or aka known as obsessive interests. Although as an aspie myself, I do not use the terminology obsessive, because obsessive would mean, from a neurotypical perspective, some people who have obsessions is more seen in a negative light, while special interests, where we are super focused, super concentrated, super focused, super concentrated, super in it, as when I analyze geopolitical events on a daily basis, and for years and years and years, and I've written many theoretical papers based on geopolitical analysis, from the main specializing in the 20th century, specifically the Cold War era. And of course I've analyzed, and even to the point that I predicted an international conflagration back in 2019, and for that I have proof of work, because I have it online, and that's when I do geopolitics. And of course I work as an independent geopolitical theoretical analyst and theorist, and parallel sports and fitness. Dancing is my favorite sport, and dancing is my favorite fitness activity. And for years and years and years I've been dancing, marching, dancing, and parallel with the marching and the dancing, I also do a lot of that rock and roll. So that's my holy trinity, of special interest. You can say obsessive, but it's special interest. So this is made in Canada. I'm excited. They're gonna use it. I actually used it for the first time today. Original formula, quality made with fresh goat's milk. So thank you to my anonymous friend for this great gift. Yeah, can work out with it a bit. Smells good. So with goat's milk, and it has some Latin there, dello stesso tipo, of the same type, dello stesso tipo. So it's a goat's milk body wash. It's a great gift, and it's Canadian. See, made in Canada. So now I got the body wash, I got the shampoo, and I got another body wash, all made in Canada. So I'm washing myself, except for the soap. I think the soap is made somewhere else, but I got made in Canada. So go made in Canada, go North Americans unite. We got a collective, coast to coast, and we got to create and join and do a North American union based on public-private partnership. My dream, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, fundamentally for the new 911 security service protocols, because 911 is of course Canada and US joined, and we need to get a common currency like the European Union. It's time. If they did it about more than 25 years ago, as North Americans, we got to do it. And Concordium, and no tariffs, no 25 tariffs. And of course we got geopolitical realities, and of course I invite Trump and all to box me on the Canadian-US borders have been since 2018, since he imposed 10%, 10%, 10% tariffs on Canadian aluminum and steel. And back now is 25% threat of tariffs. 25% is one quarter, which is on all goods. So we need to create a common currency and standardize the goods, the services, the trade. And we need to do what I call the call for a great North American census to see people, population, assess certain assessments about the population of North Americans who live in North America and create a common passport via public-private partnership, a common passport, and great North American consensus, the great North American consensus, the great North American consensus, the great North American consensus. That's what we need to do, and create the universal exchange unit is the only solution for the DRT for a public-private partnership, since now we pay. This coming year, and it's a possibility, don't need to be alarmist of a financial black swan event, but my solution best, the DRT debt refusion theory, for the creation of the UE, the universal exchange, where we're going to take all the public and the private debt, refuse it, and with that money in circulation based on the value of the US dollar, Canada first, United States second, Canada, US, North America at the same time, parallel implementation, preferably, as a public-private partnership, to create the UE, the universal exchange unit of the value of the US dollar, and create, like they did in the European Union, the European Central Bank, the North American Collective Bank, a public-private partnership base for the creation of the universal exchange unit, and standardize the goods, all the goods and the services, and of course transnational coast-to-coast operation, defense to defense, and rebuild the North American urban areas, the North American ghettos. We need to mass finance via public-private partnership. With that money, we will be able to build more hydroelectric dams by the implementation of my DRT theory. The debt refusion theory got to be implemented, because we pay on the Canadian public debt, we pay 46.5 billion in interest, 46.5 billion in interest, 46.5 billion in interest. So there's no way that cannot be salvaged and continuing in such a manner. Of course, during COVID, it more than doubled, because in 2020, 2021, the public servicing, aka the debt, the interest we paid on the public Canadian debt was 20.3, so 20.3 times 2 is 40.6, so now it's 46.5 billion. So this, the implementation of my theory, my brothers and sisters, the DRT theory is the only solution. You can argue all you want, but paradoxically, I put on the table the debt refusion theory for the creation of the universal exchange unit is the only solution. That's why I'm asking my astrological brother Bill Gates of the Scorpio stars, and Joe Biden until the 20th is still president. Another Scorpio over the stars. Joe Biden is still a Scorpio related, and a black stone is Larry Fink, another Scorpio. It doesn't matter, it could be Sagittarius and Leos and Pisces and all the astrological signs together, but we need to be implementing, of course, the DRT, the debt refusion theory, for the creation of the universal exchange unit, the UE based on the value of the US dollar, and with all the public-private partnership, that will be taking all the public-private debt, my 10,000 including, I have $10,000, 10,000 Canadian dollars in debt to the RBC, to the so coast to coast, take all the public and the private debt. That money is going to be the initial money supply for the money circulation for a new central bank. We're going to convert the Canadian public-private debt to US dollars, and we add it with the US, create the UE. Mexico, if they will, and North American countries also include Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba. Cuba is a paradox, but Cuba is part of North America. So we can extend it beyond, the North American complex, when the DRT, create the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit. My brothers and sisters, is the solution. And after me and Trump box, we can discuss it before live stream, during the match, and after the match, 3 times. Before the match, during the match, after the match. Because we're going to fight me and Donald Trump on the Canadian border on the boxing match, and I already got the gloves. My anonymous friend, if I make $1 million at $3 billion, I'm going to give half, 50%. I mean, those red gloves, my favorite color, which I'm auctioning for $1 billion, since I worked out with them and I lost more than 80 and 93 pounds, and I encourage you all to work out, train, exercise, because working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be my medicine and therapy of choice. And I created the workout training program system to go hand in hand with such a scenario, which of course is the creation of the universal exchange, the universal exchange for the creation of them via the implementation of my DRT theory, the debt refusion theory. Is paradoxically is the only solution. Listen, of course, due to COVID, the situation due to COVID, because COVID made us, of course, in a stressful financial situation and a health concern, and I had COVID. I really died 5 years ago, right here in this room of Sun Temple, of which I moved here in this room of Sun Temple about more than 7 years ago, I remember moving from a moldy underground place, being depressed, suicidal, across Canada, coast to coast. That made me come out of being depressed and suicidal, and did lots of work, intellectual work, geopolitical work, philosophical work, artistic work, and physical work by the creation of my own workout training program system. And with the implementation of my DRT theory, the debt refusion theory, we're going to be able to mass finance citizens via public-private partnership to workout, train, exercise. And with that money, the implementation of my DRT, we're going to be able to rebuild the infrastructure of the North American Collectif, build 44 tunnels, build 44 tunnels in case of a thermonuclear war, mass finance the rebuilding of the North American ghettos, mass finance the rebuilding. And on that, I'm calling all the millionaires and the billionaires to public-private partnership right here in North America. And we're going to play that defense. Dragon Army, North American Citizen, Integrated Security Service and Defense Force. We're going to play that defense only. Coast to coast, ocean to ocean, we're going to play that defense only. Security and service, coast to coast only, coast to coast defense, security and service, and rebuild the North American infrastructure. Rebuild more hydroelectric dams, mass finance citizens to work out, train, exercise, and mass finance tourism across North America. See the Grand Canyon, see the Rockies, see the Hydro-Quebec dams here in La Bay, James, and learn a little bit of French here. If you come in Quebec, we're 10 million Quebecers. We love our language and we got great culture and great things to offer on the table. On the table, I put first and foremost trillions of kisses and my DRT theory and, some back scratching, feet washing, cooking, and I cooked some cookies. I'm gonna check and see how it tastes now. So I cooked, these are cooked by yours truly. So it was an experimental cooking. I gotta show off a bit. This was donated. Thank you for the donation to the person who donated this. Again, made in Canada. Made in Canada for that cookie oatmeal, for that cookie mix. Right here, yours truly, who was nobody's born a dragon. Right here, became a dragon and still becoming with my workout training program system every day. Starting this new last 40-day journey. Still gotta get those money and to officially change my name, but turn that A into a no. Dragon. Nobody's born a dragon. Right here in this room of some temple with blood, sweat, and tears and thousands of push-ups, hundreds of my own creative workout training program system, of which I created back in 2019 to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario. And of course, we gotta get it to the do, and for the doers, for the bakers, for the thinkers. And this is the cookie oatmeal cookie. It does not require anything but water. Actually, I added some chocolate chips, dark chocolate chips. But of course, it's very simple. Just water, stirring and putting it on a baking sheet. So you need to pour mix into a mixing bowl, add water, beat for 1 minute, stir, drop by a level tablespoon in your cookie sheet, lightly grease cookie sheet, lightly grease. So you grease with some butter or whatever that you have to grease it with. And this is what you need. So it's simple. And this is the mix, cookie mix, oatmeal cookie mix. So this is made in Canada. See, got that maple leaf. So this is what I did. So thank you. Let's see how it tastes now. So moment of truth. A bit burnt on the side, but I baked them with the help of the oven. The oven was built with brains and muscle, and the implementation of my Trinity of theories, especially the DRT, is going to take some brains and muscle. Not bad. Not bad. Very good, actually. Better than I was expecting. Very good. So I was gonna eat them later. Enjoy it. I didn't cook the whole thing, but wow, really good. So that's for tonight. Christmas, special Xmas, Sol Invictus. I celebrated my own non-sectarian Thelemite way, non-sectarian Thelemite way. But here we are, grateful thing. So got a great gift made in Canada. This was actually not gifted to me. This was donated about a week ago. So I just cooked today. But it's made in Canada. I guess Quaker goes in North America, but this one specifically, it's made in Canada, and it's no artificial flavors or colors. So I recommend not getting any private sponsorship. They're not giving me a dime. The corporation, supposedly established since 1877, is just because it was donated, and that it's practical. And I gotta check the price on the market because I never actually bought on the market. I guess you gotta go check several places, but I actually gonna check now how much this costs on the market. 900 grams cookie mix, 130 calories per serving. So you got the information if you want to check more information. But I'm not getting financially stressed. I'm not getting at the moment. My anonymous friend who finances, who, in many ways, I'm grateful for. If I have somebody on the list, and whatever the case may be, for I make any money, but money is for buying and selling. Money is for buying and selling. It's not all about the money. It's not all about finance, but I got to be balanced, because you have to be generous sometimes, but you also have to be mindful, so that people, to. I don't like ingrates much. I don't like ingrates much. Ingrates, Oh, and I gotta give this wafers. If you wanna know a secret, I love wafers. So I love wafers. So it's the best gift. I just love, especially hazelnut wafers, hazelnut flavored cream filled wafers. Hazelnuts, so this I can keep maybe till New Year's because I already baked the cookies. So, or for tomorrow. These are imported though. These are imported, so it's imported. But it doesn't say the country of origin. Interesting enough, there's no mention of the country of origin. I guess you have to write to the importers. It says imported by MDR brands, MDR brands, MDR brands. I'm not getting any sponsorship. This is just the gift I got for the holiday, and more wafers. And this one also says imported, but this one says imported by, just gives the address. And the address you're gonna have to look up the number 7000692, 7000692, 7000692. So I guess that's marked of a corporation in import business, import export business, import export business, import export business. So these are holiday delights, chocolate covered wafers with smooth milk chocolate filling. Oh yeah, this one's maybe we're gonna try. Maybe we're gonna try tonight, just to try it out. I just love wafers. It's so cute with a little thing there. So wafers my thing, I'm got a thing for wafers. Wafers got a thing for X, Y, Z. So got a kiss for the black and white and rainbow. Got a kiss for the black and white and rainbow. Got a kiss for the black and white and rainbow. Hey, for the farmers, for the butchers, for the bakers. Hey, Wall Street. Don't be a Grinch. You already been a Grinch. I don't see. I was hoping for more charity. I was hoping for people with billionaires, millionaires to do a lot of more charity before the holidays. But I guess it's also, there's also the chance that tomorrow they're gonna do more charity. Tomorrow by the New Year, in the coming years, there's gonna be more charity, and we gotta build mass finance. And please, NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, the four sports leagues, major sports leagues in the coming ASAP, reduce the cost of the tickets by 44.9%, 44.9%, 44.9%. That's my estimated mathematical calculation to keep it powerful. What the prices have increased, especially since February, March 2020 with the onset of COVID, of which myself, I can't believe it's going to be 5 years. 5 years since I survived COVID already. 5 years, and I got triple vaccinated, and that's it for me. And I got, wow, True North gloves. Nice. It's got exactly, what's interesting about this is that it's exactly providential. You see that it says True North, and here in Quebec, Canada, we're True North, strong and free. But of course, we gotta add to that, because it's not all about strength, and freedom gotta be ensured. Yeah, free freedom, but also loving, True North, strong and free. That's part of us Canadians, as a Canadian, Quebec, and North American. One, brothers and sisters, the home of the brave and the home of the free, the land, home of the brave and the land of the free. But you gotta get some, you gotta got some loving with that, Gotta get some LOV, because without LOV, what about we free for? We gotta get some loving, man. Somebody help me make some good loving. Black, white, and rainbow, black, white, and rainbow, black, white, and rainbow. And we gotta ensure security, and we gotta rebuild the North American urban landscapes and urban, the ghettos. We gotta rebuild the ghettos. We gotta rebuild the ghettos. If I would be a billionaire, if I would have 44 billion now, 44 billion, if I would have 44 billion, I would give now 4.4 billion. I would mass construction of the North American ghettos. That's what I would do. Also part of giving charity and second chances to my redemption to homeless veterans, men, women, black, white. I would have given to hundreds of people, thousands of people, 50,000 get their second chance. Well, how 44 billion, and I would have been rebuilding the North American ghettos, So the mass building with billions. A billion has 9 zeros. A billion has 9 zeros. A billion has 9 zeros. A billion is 1,000 million. That's what I would have been doing, If I would have had those billions, I would have to rebuild the North American the ghettos of North America, That's what I would have been. You can do that NFL, National Football League, NBA, National Basketball Association, NHL, the NFL, you're billionaires, millionaires. You can give 10%, 20, 25 for the rebuilding of the North American ghettos, and I'll put some rock and roll, and I'll come volunteer, wash some feet, whatever, blah, 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 wash some feet, whatever, like Rabbi Jesus did, whatever the case may be, like blah, blah, blah. True north. See, true north. Says true north. So the beautiful thing about this is that it has a mountain. See, it has a mountain there. So the mountain, and it's triple P. It's in a pyramid, and it's 3 peaks. It's like in a pyramid, it's 3 peaks. It says true north. And that's exactly in Montreal, Metropolis Island. I live on an island of 2.5 million people, 2.5 million people on an island of 2.5 million people, 2.5 million people, and 2.5 million people, we gotta get it on the island. It's a metropolis island surrounded by a big, big river, It's an island surrounded by a big, big river. We gotta get that true north strong and free. It says true north, and inside the pyramid is three peaks. And it's exactly like the mountain Mount Royal, because you got Mount Royal is the mountain system which has 3 peaks. Is my second home, and I go often every week. I go a few times a week, to the top of the forest there, the Belvedere Conjuring-Act, the Belvedere Conjuring-Act, where I'm calling on the leaders of the free world and millionaires, billionaires of Quebec, Canada, North America to come and meet me on the table. I put first and foremost trillions of kisses, blah, 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 some rock and roll with it, and lots of dancing. Dancing is my favorite sport, blah, 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 blah. Pledge your allegiance, to our family. Pledge your allegiance, to our family. Pledge your allegiance, to our family. Here's the true north, strong and free, and you gotta get those 3, and it exactly matches. So these I'm gonna wear when I go to the mountain, and after I wear first time, I'm gonna auction for a million. Auction starts at $1 million. I'm gonna let you know, and after I wear them for once, the first time or the second time or the third time, and I'm auctioning them for $1 million to give half 50% to my anonymous friends, starting of course on this new 40-day journey. As those 3 is Mount Royal. Mount Royal is 3-peak mountain, right at the heart center, south, a bit south, not exactly the center, but in the heart center, a bit south in Montreal, Hawk Island, between the east and the west, right at the heart, triple peak mountain, Mount Royal. So kind of providential with that it has those little 3 mountains, and that's where I'm going to be using them. So thank you. True north. With true north, we got to get some of that true north here in the north, and we gotta get that south. My brothers and sisters, North Americans, we could say that North America, Canada is north, and my brothers and sisters in the USA are south, because if I go south, I go on to the USA. If I start marching south, I'm just gonna go all the way to New Jersey, bury me with Papa Crowley up in Hampton, New Jersey, all the way to Hampton, New Jersey, all the way to Hampton, New Jersey, with Papa Crowley all the way to south, crossing on the 50 states, and I don't know about that 51st state, but I know about the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, the North American Union, the Collective North American Civilizational Complex, and my PPP, Public-Private Partnership, my PPP, Public-Private Partnership, the DRT, Debt Fusion Theory, the CIT, Citizen Integration Theory, and the DFT, the Democratic Fusion Theory, where two were created two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions, the Dragon Army, North American Citizen Integrated Security Service and Defense Force, based on my 911 Union, North American Defense Security Protocols for the implementation of this 21st century advantage, and of course the defense. I'm building 44 tons and the implementation of the Operation Northern Scorpio, because we got a Scorpio species that comes all the way to Canada, and the Operation North American Hawk, HAWK, my totem bird, the hawk. We have here hawks, HAWKs, hawks. We got hawks on Mount Royal, and Montreal roundabout. So that's my totem, TOTTM, totem bird, and I'm gonna get that skylight, build more satellites, and of course be able to intercept ICBM rockets across the North American domain, across the NORAD domain. NORAD is the Military Defensive Alliance of Quebec, Canada, North American, and gloves. Gifted, thank you, anonymous friend, for these great providential pair of gloves. And I'm gonna do some pull-ups in them. I guess I'm gonna do some push-ups in them, workout in them, go to the mountains. So got gloves. Already pair of socks, because I took one, I'm wearing one. So these are matching socks. So something which I already started, because these were 2 pairs and I'm already wearing one, but they're a bit different. See, they're 2 different pairs. Turns they're a bit different. So I'm auctioning the pair of socks $1 million because I did already 93 minutes and 44 seconds, 93 minutes and 44 seconds of marching in them. So I'm auctioning them. And thank you. This is so good. Defined by Canadian regulations. Product of Belgium. And sometimes, due to Asperger's HFA, when I go in stores for years and years, I notice, but only in the past 45 months, 3.5 years since I've accepted my neurodivergence and that I have HFA, high functioning autism, because I've been diagnosed many times by many different people with Asperger's, Now it makes sense to people looking at me when I go in the stores and I inspect objects. I bring them close to the eye, I bring them close, and some people look at, what is the person doing? But it's not really symptoms. Symptoms is more when you say for an illness, but it's not an illness. It's a neurodivergent condition, and it's more conditions. It's not mental illness. It's more conditions. It's more characteristics. And being part of a minority, less than 1 out of 300, less than 0.5%, less than 1 percentile, less than 0.44%, less than 0.44%. So not even 1 out of 300 has HFA, high functioning autism, also known as Asperger's. And in certain things, I'm myself mediocre, average, and so. I'm less able in certain characteristics, and such as perhaps with dining in circumstances of social interactions, and certain clumsiness and awkwardness and weirdness and eccentricity definitely. People would ask me like myself, we have that. So this is a great gift. Product of Belgium is truffles, cocoa dusted. So I'm really grateful for this little gift for the holidays. So this is our gift. A little bit of chocolates. So I'm gonna be grateful for that. This is gonna be great. Writing in this new notebook, red, my favorite color, right? It started today. The new 40-day journey. 40-day journey starts today. 40-day ride going up until first week of February. Exactly when I started. I had COVID in 2020 February, And this is gonna write some good rock and roll songs, and of course I got many notebooks such as this, where of course, and on USB keys, where my philosophies, my theoretical analysis, and geopolitics are of course versed inside it. And this is a great one. So I'm gonna begin by writing it there with a pen, and it's kind of cool. So I got a few red ones like this already. Write a little bit of rock and roll and some rap as well. I'm a dual artist and a little bit of philosopher, part of a. So this is a great one. This is a great one. This is what I do with that. That's what we're gonna keep on doing here. And I got these. I got the socks. I got some of those Mentos. I just gotta get some of those Mentos. Product of Mexico, interestingly enough. First time I see this Mentos, mint. This is great. Mint, Mentos. I like these. This is good to have during the winter. Perfect when I go to the mountain. I'm gonna have 1 or 2 with me when I go to the mountain, because get on that, menthol, mint, Mentos, mint. But these are the chewy mint, It says product of Mexico. See there? So it's written here, product of Mexico. Interesting. Product of Mexico. And gonna cheer a little bit of that eggnog once again. And I'm gonna switch it a bit to that French because we're La Belle Province. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And this is really good because, I said that I was, coffee price went up, the cost of coffee went up, and I said the cost of coffee going up. I was just assessing, and I said I'm not going to be able to buy in December, and I almost ran out. I still got, for exactly, I think, 1 cup of coffee, regular coffee, and I had that donated, the coffee, the instant coffee, somebody donated, and it was still good, although I think the best before date passed in 2021. It says 2021, but this one is good until 2026, and this is so good. I'm not getting any money. It's just because I got this as a great gift for XMAS, holidays, Christmas. got a great gift, and I opened my sock today. The sock. Auctioning this sock for $1 million. Auctioning this red sock, red holiday sock. Auctioning it for $1 million. So I'm gonna auction this sock here. This sock, $1 million. $1 million. Quebec, Canada, U.S. shipping. Mexico included. North American shipping only. North American shipping. $1 million. $1 million. $1 million, gonna give half, 50% to my anonymous friends. See, it's still good. You can still use it for next year. So you can buy it for $1 million. Gonna pay my $10,000 debt and get 50%, 500,000, half a million, 500,000 to my anonymous friend, and then we can start. He's going to start laying the first bricks for the Forgotten Goddess Temple, buying the first bricks for the Forgotten Goddess Temple, buying the first bricks for the Forgotten GODDSS Temple, and the North American People's Imperial Coliseum, and the pyramid, scarlet, red, crimson, red, scarlet, crimson, scarlet, crimson, scarlet, crimson, scarlet, crimson, scarlet, crimson, scarlet, crimson is a shade. Scarlet and crimson are shades of red. They're shades of red, basically. So red pyramid, red house of the dragon, I credit, of course, whatever needs to be credited and done, of course, and massages, feet washing, cooking for all those construction workers. LOV to the construction workers, have the brains and the knowledge. And thank you to this cup of coffee. I tasted it today. It's instant coffee, but it's so good. It's one of the best. I don't usually buy instant coffee, but this is so good. Some of the best I had. 100% responsibly sourced coffee. 100% responsibly sourced coffee. So I'm not getting any sponsorship, any pay, but please, billionaires and owners, stock owners, give some charity next year from this corporation called Nescafe. Reduce the cost, give some charity. And this is 100% responsibly sourced, and it's really good. I tried it today. It's instant coffee, and it's probably going to last me for a few months. It's product of Brazil. Here it's written small, but you can still read it. You have to bring it close. Brazil, the country in Latin South America. So it's Brazilian, product of Brazil, but it's really good. So it's better than I expected. So this is another great gift because it's part of my work, to drink coffee. I guess I have my routines and rituals as an ASPE, but they're not set in stone. I can be flexible, but every day I have to do geopolitical analysis and theorizing and analyze geopolitical events. That I got to do every day. I got to workout, train, and exercise every day. Sometimes a few hours, sometimes a lot of marching, dancing, dance a lot. So I got to do geopolitics every day. I got to work out and dance every day, or at least bust a little dance moves and create some choreography. And I rock and roll every day. So that's my routine, revolves around my 3 special interests: geopolitics, sports, fitness, and dancing being my favorite sport, and fitness activity, dancing, and rock and roll. I can change that rock and roll into rap, no problem. For the butchers, farmers, doctors, butchers, bakers, doctors, truckers, hey, in and all about Wall Street, what you say? Hey, yeah, I can rock and roll and rap / 50-50. But this is product of Brazil, and it's really good. I wonder how much, because I know the prices went up. Last month I checked the price and I'm like, wow, it went up a lot in the past 3.5 years, 45 months. The price of coffee. I used to buy 930 grams just 2 years ago for $6.99. Just 2 years ago, $6.99. I bought it in 2022, around November 2022 for $6.99. Now it's 12. Now it's 11. I saw it for $12.99, almost double in 2 years. $12.99 I saw it. The same was $6.99 2 years ago. So $6.99 double would have been $13.98, right? So if it's $12.99, almost double, 44% about more, 44% about more or less, but almost double. No, more than 44%, almost double the price of coffee in just 2 years. Yeah. So this is great coffee, and I got some other stuff here. One more thing I'm gonna show, and then we're gonna switch it, I guess, to that French, because we're in La Belle Province. So I got crazy socks. Socks. Oh yeah. I like the red, my favorite color, with the black and the white, and there's some blue in it. So wow, all these are so cool. I'm gonna march in them, and These I'm gonna have to auction for a billion. I'm gonna, once I start marching in them, because my marches are, more than 5 hours usually, about average of 5 hours, sometimes 6, sometimes 7 hours, sometimes more than 4 hours, but it's minimum 4 hours. And every time I march to the mountain, it's minimum 4 hours. Every time I march, dance, and do geopolitics and rock and roll to the mountain. So, wow, these are so good. So, hey, that's good. Yeah, that is really, really good. That is really, really good. That is a good one. Gonna auction them. This one gonna auction for a billion once. Rainbow Dragon. Nobody's born a dragon, not even yours truly. Gonna get it for the X, for the Y, for the Z, and we're gonna switch it on the left and on the right and in the center and round about to get it onto the LOV for those butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, for all those involved in the production, distribution of food. Gotta send a salutation, gotta send some LOV, but wow, wow, wow. Thank you, anonymous friend. If I make a million, gonna give a billion, a trillion, and I know somebody who deserves to be 7 times richer than Oprah, 7 times richer than Beyonce, 7 times richer than Celine Dion. Number after 6 is 7. Before 8 is 7. 7 times, Wow. This is really great, really great, really great. And we gotta get it for that. Really great, really great, really great. And we gotta get to rebuild the infrastructure of the North American Collective, rebuild the infrastructure of the North American Collective, rebuild the infrastructure of the North American Collective by the implementation of my DRT, the Debt Refusion TV, for the creation of the UE. That's what we gotta do to get her on the go. We gotta get it here for the LOV. And sometimes we just gotta live for today, carpe diem, and with hope for tomorrow, and hopefully somebody making some good love, because it's not all about fighting, and somebody getting some of the good charity starting in the next year. And we gotta get that North American Collective Workers Party. We gotta get that North American Collective Workers Party. We gotta get that North American Collective Workers Party, Collective Workers Party, and build the Forgotten Goddess Temple and the North American Imperial Coliseum, the North American Imperial Coliseum. Yeah, gonna start. These are really good. These are really good, really good, really good, really good. And that's what we gotta get it for the XYZ, and that's what we gotta do it, for the good. And this is a great gift. Wow, 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 wow. This is a great, great, great gift. So I really love it. Really love it. And I got enough. These ones I got a while ago. These ones I got a while ago. It says rainbow heart, rainbow heart, rainbow heart. So I'm gonna start wearing them, of course, once, maybe even tomorrow, if not on New Year's. Gonna start on New Year's wearing these. I never wore them together. It's gonna be a dance. So that's how I'm gonna spend the last day and the first day of the year in these socks. That's how I'm gonna end it, and that's gonna begin. Rainbow Dragon is gonna begin by wearing these rainbow socks. Not just because I'm part of the LGBTQ community, but I'm gonna dance in them. So these also I'm gonna start auctioning them for a million. After the New Year's. On New Year's I'm gonna wear these. These are gonna be for New Year's 2020. So I'm gonna end the year in rainbow socks. I'm gonna commence the year. So 31st of December and the 1st of January, for the first time, I'm gonna be wearing these. And today when I go on that 93-minute march, I wore the laces, rainbow laces. So I'm auctioning the rainbow laces for a million as well. And 93% of everything that you see in the room of Sun Temple here, Underground Dragon's Lair, I'm auctioning for a million. And these also, gotta get it for the XYZ, and for the rainbow heart. So gonna auction these, auction a million. Gonna give half, 50% to my anonymous friend, 50% to my anonymous friend. That's what it is with that. And these ones also I got. So these ones also, but these ones I'm not sure when it was donated. So these ones I can start wearing now, I guess. I like the red and black combo. I really like the red and black combo. See, red and black. I guess these I can start wearing tomorrow, because now if I double down ones that I'm wearing, so these I can start wearing tomorrow. So actually I'm gonna wear the rainbow ones, and these ones, the rainbow ones and these ones, rainbow ones and these ones, ending the year and beginning the year, both the rainbow and the black and the white, and with these ones. So gonna get that left, right, and center, the North American Democratic Republic, the North American Democratic Republic, and these are nice. So these are also gonna auction them. Maybe I'm gonna start wearing them starting tomorrow, but if not, for the coming ending of the year and new year, like that. It's gonna be good. One last thing, the pen. Let's go for the Dragon versus Trump. Dragon versus Trump, red my favorite color. Dragon with a jab, dragon with a jab. Then Trump responds with a jab. Trump got a little bit of vigor in him, got a little bit of vigor. But Dragon got on the speed side, playing against and going some English exchange. That's the first round. Are they gonna go for 12 rounds? Is from a left, from a right, 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 from a left, from a right. Dragon versus Trump on the Canadian-US border. What a match! Dragon financially stressed. He's gonna make a few millions. Gonna give 50% to an anonymous friend and start building the forgotten goddess temple. The North American People's Imperial Coliseum is gonna be channeling that aggression. My brothers and sisters, y'all need to channel the aggression with push-ups and hugs. Channel the aggression with push-ups and hugs. Channel the aggression with push-ups and hugs. And being is let's finance, mass finance, fitness, mass finance, fitness, and rebuilding of the North American ghettos. The rebuilding of the North American ghettos. The rebuilding of the North American urbanly neglected, the urbanly neglected neighborhoods of North America. We need to be rebuilding mass infrastructure, rebuilding our highways, and we need to get that North American Criminal Rehabilitation Act. We need to get that North American Criminal Rehabilitation Act for redemption. North American Criminal Rehabilitation Act, left and right. There we go, Dragon versus Trump. What a great gift. So grateful for this, and that's about it. And this is kind of cool. Left, right. Left, right. Yeah, actually, this I'm gonna be using to write. First, just sign it in my name, I guess here. I'm gonna put it there, and just start writing, and put down. I'm gonna put December 2024. And then 40-day, new 40-day right day, right, December 25th, 2024 to '25th, and then I'm gonna sign there. Adrian, my new name. Adrian Hannah. Hannah. H-N-N-A-H, Hannah. And D-R-A-G-O-N. And there we go. Then 93. So I marked already. Yeah. Now I gotta switch it a little bit to that French because we in La Belle Province and we gotta pay dues for the French language. You know, we love our French here. So once again, wow, what a great gift. What great gifts. I'm joyous, although financially stressed. You know, I wish I could afford a massage therapy session, but there's some videos of massage ASMR, so I'm probably gonna get that tonight after I watch some Umbrella Academy. I'm gonna watch some Umbrella Academy, some Umbrella Academy season 1, and I'm gonna finish it because I got Netflix for the coming 6 days, for 6 more days. I got Netflix, so I'm gonna finish watching Umbrella Academy. But you know what, being is finance, the finance the firefighters, public workers, firefighters, and those who pick up the garbage, sanitation workers, firefighters, sanitation workers, public nurses with it, public nurses, sanitation workers who pick up the garbage, the compost, and the recycling across North America. Finance demo massage therapy session, millions in 2025 for recreation. We gotta invest in the bodies at temple for pleasure and purpose, and almost auctioning this one. It's another gift from my anonymous friend a few years ago, and auctioning for a million. Gotta build those parallel. I build supercomputers, ICBM rockets, Starlink, satellites, satellites, and in the parallel life. I'm also an ASPE, but my obsessive interest is fitness and sports. So let's blow. Gotta blow my nose a bit and switch it to that French. Ready? Gotta switch to that French, cause we. La belle province, oui, la belle province, en Québec. Bienvenue dans la belle province, dans la grotte du dragon arc-en-ciel, je vous enfants de l'amour. Québec comme québécoise dans ce jour de décembre, qu'on fasse ensemble, puis qu'on fasse de la joie ensemble, puis j'ai le lait de poule. Je vais envoyer de l'amour un peu aux camionneurs, aux travailleurs publics, dans la sanitation publique, bien sûr, les camionneurs, puis ceux qui sont bien sûr maintenant les pompiers, puis dans les ambulances et les ambulanciers, dans les hôpitaux, bien sûr, ceux qui travaillent pour faire la nourriture, puis ils font bien sûr le ramassage, le travail public qui ramasse les poubelles, le vidage, le compostage, puis bien sûr dans le transport public. Le transport public, j'étais pour une marche de 93 minutes, fait que j'ai bien sûr vu du monde qui se sont lancés pour faire pour les autobus, puis j'ai le lait de poule de produits du Québec, du Canada, lait de poule, laitier du Québec, du Canada, c'est de Longueuil, puis c'est de lait de poule, j'adore le lait de poule, j'adore le lait de poule, c'est vraiment quelque chose que ça sent vraiment bon. Le temps des fêtes, là, des choses comme ça, comme le lait de poule, j'adore ça. Puis bien sûr, c'est annuel. Là, ça se passe en décembre seulement, le lait de poule qui se trouve sur le marché, mais c'est quelque chose que j'adore. C'est bon. C'est bien sûr quelque chose que j'adore, le lait de poule, c'est quelque chose de délicieux. Pour moi, c'est un délice. Puis je dois remercier ceux qui l'ont transporté. Puis bien sûr, les producteurs, la coopérative, c'est une coopérative. En faisant appel à tous et toutes, bien sûr, en vous encourageant pour faire l'entraînement physique. Artiste avec Asperger's, l'autisme hautement fonctionnel, qui est artiste, analyste et théoricien en géopolitique, puis qui vous met sur la table des millions de bisous, des milliards de bisous, des châteaux, puis des câlins, puis bien du rock'n'roll avec ça. Puis bien sûr, je fais appel pour un partenariat public-privé dans le soutien de mon rêve. Le rêve qui se manifeste comme le royaume de la déesse et du dragon qui danse, qui est fondamentalement un appel à un partenariat public-privé pour le Québec, le Canada, puis qu'est-ce que j'appelle le collectif de civilisation nord-américain sur l'Amérique du Nord. On constitue un complexe de civilisation, puis on vous envoie l'amour, puis un petit peu bonne fête. Mon cousin Trudeau, il est né aujourd'hui le 25 décembre. Des fois, je suis 50-50 aussi avec mon oncle Legault. Des fois, 70-90, 10. Ça dépend des pourcentages et quel sujet par sujet, bien sûr. Comme la question du français, c'est bien sûr, il faut qu'on fasse un effort individuel pour encourager les gens à l'amour du français, puis à faire un effort. Des fois aussi à saluer ceux qui font un effort. Des fois, juste encourager, puis dire, remercier, puis mettre en note, là, faire une note, puis un encouragement s'ils font un effort. Parce qu'il faut le dire que des fois, c'est pas facile pour tout le monde de parler le français puis d'apprendre l'apprentissage du français, qu'il faut qu'ils fassent un effort. Puis on doit remercier puis encourager les gens aussi à faire un effort nous-mêmes. C'est si on veut, comme on veut garder. Puis on a fait le grand compromis linguistique de l'Amérique du Nord en tant que philosophe. Qu'est-ce que j'appelle pour avoir la continuité de la paix et l'harmonie dans le collectif nord-américain en Amérique du Nord, c'est qu'on a fait le grand compromis linguistique du français, puis on continue à le faire. Puis des fois, on donne sa table, on remet sa table. Moi, c'est bien sûr la poésie, le rock'n'roll, la philosophie. C'est pas des choses comme ça que faut faire l'encouragement aussi. On encourage les gens parce que si on n'encourage pas, puis on fait le sens contraire. Fait que ça en prend un individu en tant que Québécois moi-même, Québécois, Canadien, Nord-Américain, bien sûr, c'est une question individuelle aussi parce que si nous en tant qu'individu moi-même, j'encourage pas, puis je dis, j'apprécie que vous faites un effort en français, on apprécie, puis c'est l'encouragement aussi. Moi, c'est comme ça, je dis, non, quand ils font un effort, puis je vois que, tu sais, ils me disent, ils sont honnêtes, des fois, ils disent la vérité, ils disent, ben, je parle français comme ci, comme ça, puis on échange un couple de paroles, un couple de phrases, on essaie d'avoir une conversation en français, puis avec moi-même, vu que j'ai l'autisme hautement fonctionnel, vu que je suis Asperger, j'ai l'Asperger, je suis Aspi qu'on appelle, donc j'ai une condition de neurodivergence, c'est sûr qu'il y a une certaine approche, puis je suis moins capable dans certaines interactions sociales que quand si je leur parle de la géopolitique, je peux m'exprimer d'une manière car c'est mon royaume, c'est mon domaine, la géopolitique, ça se passe, l'analyse puis la théorie en géopolitique, c'est quelque chose de constant dans ma tête, puis constamment j'y travaille dedans, ça fait des années parce que les Asperger, ils ont une routine, fait que c'est au quotidien, même aujourd'hui, le 25 décembre, j'ai pas pu résister d'aller faire des interprétations de la géopolitique, puis aller faire les analyses des événements géopolitiques majeurs du Canada, du Québec, puis bien sûr, qu'est-ce qui nous concerne en tant que Québécois, Canadiens, Nord-Américains, c'est l'arrivée de Donald Trump qui va être encore président dès le 20 janvier 2025. Puis bien sûr, en ce qui nous concerne plus directement, c'est l'imposition des tarifs de 25%, parce que bien sûr, j'ai commencé à challenger, à faire un appel à Donald Trump pour qu'il me combatte dans un combat de boxe sur la frontière canadienne et états-unienne en 2018. C'est là la première fois que Donald Trump et l'administration présidentielle de Donald Trump républicaine, ils ont fait l'implémentation des tarifs. Ils ont mis des tarifs de 10%, 10% sur l'aluminium puis l'acier. Maintenant, ça s'en va vers 25% sur tous les biens. Sur tous les biens, c'est 25%, c'est beaucoup sur tous les biens quand même. C'est un quart. C'est un quart, c'est un quart. Fait que c'est un chiffre énorme qui pourrait être quand même d'une manière que ça pourrait quand même affecter bien des individus qui font l'exportation, puis les citoyens consommateurs, là. Fait qu'on essaie d'éviter ça le plus possible. Moi, j'y pense vraiment, là, quand que je vous salue, c'est Noël, puis je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique, puis bien sûr, que vous vous donnez un câlin comme jamais vous l'avez fait auparavant. Et mon message principal, en même temps, une nouvelle table là, que je vais peinturer pour l'année rouge, ma couleur préférée, le top, là, parce que le bas est quand même rouge, puis bien sûr, je l'ai eu d'un bon citoyen du Québec, de Montréal, de ma métropole de Montréal, qui m'a fait ce don de cette belle. Puis ici, dans ma grotte de dragon arc-en-ciel, je ne peux pas avoir les portes ouvertes, là. Sinon j'aurais eu chez nous, là, j'aurais une place plus grande, j'aurais lundi à vendredi, pendant un couple d'heures, j'aurais les portes ouvertes pour l'entraînement physique, la danse, la création artistique, puis l'analyse et théorie en géopolitique avec toutes les forces, les individus, citoyens, les corporations, les publics, les institutions publiques, les institutions privées, bien sûr, de services et de sécurité. C'est l'appel pour l'armée du dragon. Puis dans les contextes géopolitiques d'aujourd'hui, je dois encore le dire, puis en tant qu'analyste et théoricien en géopolitique indépendant, j'ai prévu la situation actuelle en 2019. Qu'est-ce qui se passe maintenant dans le monde? Je l'ai prévu en 2019, basé sur des analyses profondes et en détail, mais pour faire un résumé, c'est que j'avais conclu que dû au fait qu'il y a bien des régions, bien des pays, nations, États, des complexes de civilisation qui n'ont pas été capables de résoudre leurs problèmes du 20e siècle, qui va avoir une continuité dans le 21e siècle. C'est ça que j'avais prévu dans l'instance qui se passe maintenant à cause de ces principes et ce dénominateur commun qu'ils n'ont pas été capables de régler leurs problèmes du 20e siècle. Il y aura une continuité dans le 21e siècle. C'est ça qui arrive maintenant dans le monde, en Russie et en Ukraine. C'est des conflits qui n'ont pas été capables d'avoir de finalité, d'avoir de résolution finale, puis potentiellement avec la Chine puis le Taïwan, puis au Moyen-Orient aussi, au Moyen-Orient bien sûr, mais aussi en Amérique du Nord. Je dis qu'on a fait le grand compromis linguistique. On est 10 millions de Québécois, mais ça prend aussi moi-même en tant que votre dragon arc-en-ciel, en tant que Québécois, Canadien, Nord-Américain, personnellement, tu sais, c'est chez nous, je ne me considère pas un membre d'une diaspora, personnellement, mais puis on essaie d'accueillir, puis j'accueille le plus possible, là, avec amour, puis le plus possible que je puisse avec mes forces, puis en étant plus bizarre, en tant qu'un citoyen, une minorité, parce que j'ai l'Asperger, je suis autiste hautement fonctionnel, donc je fais partie de cette minorité de communauté de neurodivergence, parallèlement à la communauté LGBTQ. Il faut aussi qu'on donne, puis qu'on essaie de comprendre de plus facile avec la diversité qu'on vit, moi-même avec cette diversité de neurodivergence, puis les Aspergers, des fois, on offense les gens, mais c'est pas parce qu'on veut les offenser, c'est parce qu'on a certains, on est moins capable dans certaines choses d'interaction sociale. Puis nous, il faut nous le dire plus directement, puis on va le faire. Il faut nous le dire plus directement, puis on dit pas de problème, si on peut le faire, on va pouvoir aider d'une manière, puis on fait des compromis, il n'y a pas de problème. Si on peut être flexible. Moi-même, en tant qu'individu de cette communauté de neurodivergents d'Asperger, oui, mais dans certaines choses, je suis moins habile moi-même. C'est pas quand ça vient de la géopolitique et tout, cet univers de la géopolitique, il y a des enjeux au quotidien. Puis maintenant, pour moi-même, c'est vraiment l'arrivée de Donald Trump et vraiment cette imposition des tarifs parce qu'il faut faire le plus possible pour ne pas avoir ces tarifs. Je sais qu'on est Noël le 25 décembre, mais quand même, il faut que je le dise parce qu'aujourd'hui, je vais vous chanter juste du rock'n'roll pour Noël, un peu de rock'n'roll. Fait que je voulais juste dire ça. Puis pour que vous soutenez la théorie de la DRD, théorie de la refusion du dragon. La TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, pour la création de l'unité universelle, puis qu'on fasse quelque chose ensemble, parallèlement à l'Union européenne, pour la construction de plus de centrales d'Hydro-Québec, pour la reconstruction de l'infrastructure, puis seulement pour la défense du collectif de l'Amérique du Nord. Puis il faut qu'on fasse un consensus nord-américain, la création d'un passeport nord-américain, comme qu'ils ont fait en Europe plusieurs pays, l'Allemagne, l'Italie, la France, ils ont fait la création d'un passeport commun européen, puis d'une banque centrale. C'est le temps qu'on crée une unité d'échange commune, soit par la TRD de votre dragon arc-en-ciel, qui est la TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, pour la création de l'unité d'échange universelle, oui. En anglais, c'est pareil, oui. On ne s'ostinera pas là-dessus. U.unité, E.échange, U.universel, la création de l'UI dans le 21e siècle pour le collectif nord-américain, ça va nous propager dans le 21e siècle, puis on va pouvoir bien faire des choses publiques avec ça, puis c'est un partenariat public-privé que je fais appel, bien sûr, ça prend les deux, de partenariat public-privé, ça prend les deux, un partenariat public-privé. C'est un PPP, mon rêve, le royaume de la déesse et du dragon qui danse, c'est fondamentalement un appel à un partenariat public-privé. Aujourd'hui, je vis juste un stress financier. À part ça, je suis quand même joyeux, jovial, il n'y a pas de problème, mais c'est juste que j'ai vécu quand même des souffrances, bien des souffrances. Puis je vis avec mes cicatrices, le fait d'avoir survécu la COVID, je marque 5 ans en février 2025, février-mars 2025, dans un couple de mois, là, je vais marquer 5 ans depuis que j'ai survécu la COVID quand je l'ai eu en 2020. J'ai eu 3 vaccins, mais je fais vacciner, puis j'encourage les gens à l'hygiène en public, puis moi-même, des fois, tu sais, il faut que je fasse attention parce que des fois, je suis tellement concentré sur d'autres affaires, soit qu'est-ce qu'on appelle en tant qu'Asperger's les intérêts spéciaux, mais que d'autres gens qui ne sont pas, qui sont pas neurodivergents, ils disent des obsessifs, des intérêts obsessifs, mais pour nous, les Asperger's, les autistes hautement fonctionnels, c'est pas vraiment des obsessions dans c'est plus les intérêts spéciaux, on est super concentré, super intense, quand on travaille, moi je dis travail parce que des années je fais du travail indépendant, soit en géopolitique, dans le rock'n'roll, puis dans la danse, le sport, c'est ça ma trinité, la géopolitique, le sport, l'entraînement physique, soit la danse, c'est mon entraînement physique que je préfère, puis le sport que je préfère, c'est la danse, puis le rock'n'roll. Fait que c'est pas mal ça, puis maintenant je vais chanter un petit peu de tunes de Noël, de chansons de fête, puis je vais finir avec ça, je vais pas faire une longue vidéo de 3 heures, là, mais... Du rock'n'roll le 25 décembre, waouh! Hey, c'est la chaleur, le dragon en arc-en-ciel, waouh! On va chanter québécois, puis à la danse, ah ouais, et ça fasse bien ensemble, le lait de poule, mais pas de liqueur dedans, c'est le vin, bon, ça réchauffe, l'année nouvelle, ben, s'en vient, 24, bye bye, 24, bye bye, 24, bye bye, wouah! Pas d'argent pour une guitare, 25, s'en vient l'année qui s'en vient, Donald Trump, Louis Cyr, viens-t'en, retourne pour donner un coup de grâce à Donald Trump. Louis Cyr, viens, retourne pour donner un coup de grâce à Donald Trump. Louis Cyr, viens, retourne qu'on donne un coup de coude à Donald Trump. C'est Louis Cyr. Louis Cyr, je l'ai rencontré dans une autre vie. La fleur de l'essence, arc-en-ciel, bouge à danse, c'est non pas québécois de les bouches à oreille, bouche à danse, ça chatouille. C'est le bécherel qui tombe à l'envers, avoir pour l'être, le savoir, en conjugue plus que présent dans le passé, ça donne. Ah oui, c'est le rock'n'roll, je rock'n'roll 24/24, il n'y a pas de problème. Hein. C'est mon intérêt, c'est si je peux faire du rock'n'roll composé comme ça en mode libre, là, pendant des heures. Pendant des heures, il n'y a pas de problème. Mais je suis bon dans ça, c'est mes intérêts spéciaux. C'est ça que je fais depuis des années, du rock'n'roll, 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 géopolitique, la danse, l'entraînement physique, la danse, l'entraînement physique, la danse. J'ai créé mon propre système d'entraînement physique, mais je suis moins apte, je suis moins capable dans d'autres circonstances, tu sais. J'ai de la misère à comprendre certaines choses de social, de tout ça, tu sais. Puis je vis avec mes cicatrices, mais je me gratte des fois, tu sais, ça pique, puis il faut que je fasse attention, mais il faut que, tu sais, des choses pour pas comme regarder des choses là, proches comme ça dans le magasin, puis c'est des caractéristiques de l'Asperger que les autres gens ils trouvent bizarres, étranges, mais c'est pas. Si je vis avec ça, je dois faire la gestion de mes caractéristiques parce que c'est pas vraiment des symptômes, parce que c'est pas une maladie mentale dans le sens de maladie mentale, l'Asperger, l'autisme moment fonctionnel, c'est qu'on a des intérêts obsessifs, on a une routine. Dans certaines choses, oui, je suis moins habile, je suis moins capable, je suis peut-être un peu, comment on dit, un retardement, tu sais, des choses comme ça. Il faut, avec l'Asperger's, des aspects comme ça, il faut nous le dire ou nous le demander directement. Comme, puis la seule chose qui compte, c'est le consentement, l'hygiène, mais après ça, on peut faire bien des services, puis moi-même, ben, ça, si je peux rendre plaisir, je peux faire des compromis, tu sais. Même quand je m'entraîne, tout ça, on est vraiment intense, puis dedans, mais quand même, tu sais, j'ai fait du bon progrès durant les 45 mois, 3 ans et demi, là, de faire de la gestion de mes caractéristiques. Bon, je continue à chanter pour la chanson de Noël, puis on finit avec ça. Ah, avec le lait de poule, le sein, le Noël, ça danse, des flocons de neige tombent de Montréal, de l'île, la métropole, du Québec. Il faut leur envoyer de l'amour, sont sur l'autoroute. De l'est à l'ouest, les pompiers, ça danse, la fabrication des boulangers, des boulangeries, Woka. Et oui, regarde, hey, la danse, oui. Toi, t'es comme le vent dans le vent, les cheveux. Je veux que vous dansiez. C'est vous comme québécoise, jusqu'aux îles de la Madeleine, dans les 17 provinces, ça avance, ça recule. Noir et blanc et à l'arc-en-ciel, noir et blanc et l'arc-en-ciel, homme-femme, vous avez le moitié-moitié, androgène, gêne, sans coude, faites comme des poules, et ça danse, ben regarde, puis ça danse, bouge, ça pèse, j'entends l'accordéon, ben peut-être la guitare, ou besoin de l'amour, des câlins que ça flatte, les corbeaux, ben semble, jappe, ben garde ensemble, bouc des orteils, puis ça danse, ses orteils, ça s'élance. Ça se lance comme des aigles dans les mains, les étoiles. Et une autre heure, ça s'en vient. Un nouvel an, c'est Noël 2024. C'est Noël 2024, Québécois et Québécoises, on tape des mains vite ensemble. Bois. Ah ouais, faut-tu que je le répète. Ah ouais, claque des doigts puis des mains. Claque des doigts puis des mains. Regarde dans le sud, dans le nord. Ben ouais, dans Montréal, la métropole. Sur la montagne, des îles de Saint-Hilaire pour les romantiques de sa danse. 17 régions, c'est le 06 j'annule la capitale dans la métropole au Québec, de la ville à Trois-Rivières. Ça se passe à Saint-Jérôme, puis ça danse à Saint-Amable, à Saint-Adrien, il y en a deux, faut bien lequel, de Saint-Adrien, il y en a deux, à Saint-Damien, il y en a un. Faut le multiplier ensemble à Saint-Maurice, trois pistoles, ça danse, les chauves, ça chauffe, chauve-souris, c'est le chaud, c'est chaud. Les lumières de Noël, de la belle province, c'est le temps des fêtes. Le dragon arc-en-ciel, j'arrête, je chante, vous dansez, ça danse.